The tumor, it was like a cauliflower in the vocal cord, very big. Never, never, never give up. Yes, continue having that hope in you. In 2006, like Paul told you, I am a medical doctor. I was having like a, I guess, regular lifestyle, no? Regular. I was having lots of protein, I was exercising, taking care of my body, but as a doctor, I never learned what it means to be healthy. In 2006, December, I was diagnosed with cancer in the vocal cord. When I found that it was a stage 3 already, I went to the specialist. I was living in New Jersey, so I went to the Memorial Sloan Kettering in Manhattan, and immediately they started the treatment because the cancer was very aggressive. So in 2 weeks, they were ready to start doing chemotherapy and radiation. The treatment was supposed to be 6 months. When I was in the middle of the treatment, I was praying, and I got in the Bible the word that says, you can go in peace because your faith has healed you. And I told the Lord, I am a Christian, if you already healed me, please stop the treatment now. Don't allow anything else. After my prayer, I went to the chemotherapy session, and the oncologist told me, Sandra, you got anemia, we have to wait 1 week. And I was okay. Following week, he called me to his office, and he told me that the patient that was ahead of me in the treatment had a lung hemorrhage, so he was in the intensive care. He told me, something happened to you, I quit my career, we are going to start the treatment now. And I was like, God, that was my request. At that moment, they couldn't see inside because everything was closed due to the inflammation and radiation. I used to have a feed tube, and so I have to wait 4 months. When they could check my vocal cords, they were like nothing happened ever, and they are like nothing happened ever. At that moment, I was like, okay, Jesus, you heal me, please help me and teach me to have a healthy lifestyle. And it became a passion for me. I started studying integrative nutrition, cancer and nutrition, and being in that, I moved to Miami, I got a job there, and I started coming to the Hippocrates Health Institute, and I met Dr. Brian. He told me, you should do the Health Educator program. I did it. After that, I got the job, and now I'm working here with the main goal for me is to bring this to the Spanish community, you know, to improve health, but also to teach them that we are spiritual, emotional, and body, and we need the three of them to get healed.
Now, before you got diagnosed, were you a medical professional at the time?
Yes, I was a medical doctor.
Okay, and why did you get checked up? Were you having symptoms?
I was looking at the mirror in my bathroom, and I found a mass here. So I went to the family practitioner, and he told me he did all the blood tests and everything was perfect. I waited 1 week, and this was not gone, so I went back to the ENT, the specialist, and he did a laryngoscopy, and he found the tumor. It was like a cauliflower in the vocal cord, very big.
Wow, and did you actually do the chemotherapy at all? Did you start it?
Yes,
and for
I
how
did.
long did you do it?
3 months, and radiation 37 sessions. It was very intense. The treatment that I received is one of the toughest treatments against cancer because of the area and the pain. And something very important is that I think that I could handle the pain because the spiritual area was very uneasy, very strong in me. And I continue eating because I knew if I stopped eating, I was gonna get atrophy in the muscles. So even to the pain, I continue eating. And if you can see, Paul, my skin is like no radiation ever. I got radiation, all this. My hair from radiation was not supposed to come back. When I was showing the doctor, the oncologist, and all of them, they were like, wow, this is a miracle. They call me the star patient, no? Like, I was a miracle for them. I was not supposed to talk.
And how many years ago was all this?
6 years.
6 years. So what would be your advice to other people that have been diagnosed with cancer or some serious stages of disease?
To continue, like never give up, never. It is very important to have the spiritual area. In my case, I believe in Jesus, and He was the one who healed me. It was not the food, because at that moment I didn't have any idea about food. No. After that, it's important to know that the patient after chemotherapy is very weak. So because of that, the cancer grows faster. To avoid metastasis, it's very important to treat the cancer in order to find what is the cause. And the cause of cancer could be many causes, but 35% of the causes is diet. So it is very important to change the way that we are eating. And the environmental, stress, and emotional, that is very important too. The biggest stress could be a bad relationship with your husband.
And what did the doctors say when you told them you no longer want to take their medication?
Actually, as I request God, they were the one who stopped it. That was a miracle, because it's a protocol. So the protocol says 6 months, and it's Memorial Sloan Kettering. So it's like I cannot give up just like that.
And as a doctor yourself now, is there ever a situation where you actually recommend people taking the medication?
Yes, radiation, when the tumor is pushing like specific organs, or it's like viral to really get the tumor shrink, that is important. But if no, I prefer people like try the natural and look for the cause. Look what is the cause of the cancer, no? And also very important to avoid all the electromagnetic, the clothes, everything that is synthetic. There are many causes. It is very interesting that a couple, Paul, they went to see Dr. Lee, and when they got there, both of them at the same age, like 40s, a nice relationship and everything. Just they want to do a regular checkup, and in the blood test and everything, the doctor could see like these guys have cancer, both of them. So they sent MRI and everything, and yes, both of them had cancer, different areas, but same cause, electromagnetic. So he told them, change everything in the house, change the diet, and in 2 months, the cancer disappeared in both of them.
What kind of cancer was it?
One of them was lymphoma, I think, and the other one was in the retroperitoneal area.
Wow, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And from a spiritual standpoint, when people get sick, they often lose faith, because why they get sick if they're a Christian? What would be your advice to Christians out there that have been diagnosed with the disease?
I think that the advice is, and I heard it from you, Paul, we have to follow the Bible. No? God taught us the way that we have to eat and the way that we have to live, and we are being very disobedient.
Wonderful. And so now that you heard Hippocrates teaching people, have you seen people overcome their illnesses?
Yes, I have seen them. I have seen recoveries and testimonies, and it is amazing, no? But as I told you, it is very important, the emotional and the spiritual. Sometimes you see people that eat very bad, they get recovered. Why? Because they have all the love and the support. And there are people that come here, stick in the program, but they don't get recovered because they are lonely.
Sure. And now, how many years now have you been in remission or cured from this cancer?
6 years, almost 7.
And how did the doctor determine that you're cancer-free? They did a test and didn't see anything?
Oh yes, they did all the tests. They were following me up every month, later every 3 months, later every 6 months, later every year.
That's just wonderful. And how do you maintain your diet? What's your diet now like?
My diet now is vegan, is raw, and I do exercise, a lot of exercise. I pray every day. I have an intimacy relationship with God. That is very important. So that is my lifestyle right now.
What percentage of your diet would you say is raw right now?
Like 80-90%.
And are you a vegan?
Yes.
Wonderful. And now you have a website. I know you're trying to reach the Spanish community.
Yes.
If anyone wants to reach you, what's your website address?
www.sandrarangel, RANGEL, MD, so medicaldoctor.com.
Now you're a medical doctor. That's very important for people
Yes.
to understand, right?
Yes.
And what would you like to say to people out there watching right now about anything? What would you like to say?
What God told me once when I was going through the hardest time, because maybe it is nice for people to realize that at the same time, my father was diagnosed with liver cancer. He died 6 months later. And my ex-husband told me he didn't love me anymore. So all my emotional were like destroyed. But I have Jesus, and he told me very clear, never, never, never give up. Yes, continue having that hope in you.
Do you know off the top of your head any Bible verse that you love and you think about all the time, or no?
I love the one that he gave me when he healed me. You can go in peace because your faith has healed you. And I love another one he gave me at the beginning, that it was like, even though if you go through the fire, you are not going to get burned. That is Isaiah.
Sure, that is just great. Okay, now other than your work here at Hippocrates Health Institute, you have a private practice where people can contact you to do
Yes.
interviews, and also do you have consulting? Do you do people?
Yes,
people?
I have clients in New York, in Colombia, in Venezuela. Here, I see them by Skype, most of
Okay.
them. Besides my work here, if people want to contact me, I do consultations all over the world by Skype. So you guys can contact me through my website.
Sandra, thank you so much for being a guest on the show today, and I pray that everyone has a faith as strong as yours to help them get through the tough times.
Thank you, Paul, for having me here.
Great.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.